at Once Upon a City. Hey, how are ya? We're here with some Baileys. I mean, the secret elixir that you shared with us. Well, you know where I am. You used to live around here. This is Lee Avenue and Queen Street East. We are in the beaches, and there is nobody on the street. Harja, welcome. Welcome to my live stream. I figured everybody else who goes live is smarter than me. And they're not live right now. Maroof, hello, welcome to my live. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's pretty cold. And I've got the place to myself. Besides vehicles. My Queen and Lee Avenue. I just came down from the main station on the 64 bus. And I ducked into my bank, the Canada Trust there, to coordinate a scarf and gloves and get this whole device ready. And I forget the guy Queen and deliver. But that's where we are. Queen and Lee. I'm going to walk west towards where I live. To buy some food. There's this and Bruno's. This is half the price of Bruno's. And this is the Toronto Public Library. If you were watching me with Henry about a week ago, this is one of the Carnegie libraries. There's another one in High Park. That is an exact replica of this. Oh yeah, Murph, I am very warm. I got 2 sets of gloves on. My neck is very well protected by kind of like a scarf. My jacket is impenetrable. Shoes are good. So yeah, I'm good. I'm nice and bundled. Thank you. Hero Burgers is still open. Now here, this is Kew Gardens. Distance, you can see where they have some live bands. Beyond this is the lake. I'm not going to bring you there because it's so dark you can't see anything. A little bit of snow on the ground. No ice. I did not wear winter boots, but I do have some solid shoes on with great tracking. I'm still in the Christmas spirit down here. -10, like -20 at Ajax. Say you do get some great color. This is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I like Henry, love it. Stability is great. Color is great. This is the same gimbal that Henry's been having trouble with. I think these gimbals are fair weather friends. I don't think they do well in very cold temperatures. But we will see. Matt Bross, that's the king of the beaches. I love that. I just recently saw The King of New York. It's replayed on TV, one of my favorite movies. A&W displays 24 hours. And it's next to Sunset Grill. great breakfast spot. There's a few of them. This one used to be open at like 5 a.m. and the truckers would park in front and get a quick nosh before driving away. It just changed everything. This is the 501. This is the one going downtown. 501 streetcar. Lest we forget. Hey, Renoise. Welcome, welcome. Yes, man. This is what it looks like. I can't really tell you what it feels like. Oh, yes, I can tell you what it feels like. It's pretty freaking cold. And here comes another streetcar. So this will go down right to the end of the line, where it has a little bit of a loop. And the loop was built 50 years ago when the streetcars were 1/3 this size. It's become a problem because these big guys, you get a couple of them in a row, you run out of loop. This is turning into a pizzeria. Cool. It was a place to sell pot about a month ago. This is Casamia. Quite prepared Italian foods. We can buy fixings to make. Big shoppers. This is a decent LCBO. During the pandemic, this is the one to come to because there's no parking lot. So, remember those hour lines at LCBO? Not here because there's no parking lot. So you didn't have a dozen cars lined up ahead of you. Liam, are you live? Liam's always live. I have to tell you a story about Liam. When we were at the epic Christmas walk, right at the Tim Hortons, when Once Upon a City was sharing an exotic elixir in our Tim Hortons coffees, I turned around, I thought I felt something. I wasn't sure it was. We walked away, and I felt in my pocket, there was cash in my pocket. Who put cash in my pocket? And there's a ninja named Liam. And that was him. Thank you, Liam. Oh, Liam's watching live. He's live while watching live. Well, need to know. Here we are. We're at the Beach Mall, which is the crappiest mall ever. I don't think it should be called a mall. There's no getting in there. Surprised as people walking down the street. On any other night, you would see a ton of people walking their dogs. That's not happening tonight. I think the dogs are going in the backyards. Everybody in this neighborhood has the front yard and the backyard. It is exclusively houses in this area. And of course, apartments on top of storefronts. An occasional 6-story condo, the one in front there. Otherwise, it's entirely residential here. Here is Mira Mira. This is the hottest spot in the beaches for brunch right now. Brunch, lunch, Peruvian spot. Food, fantastic. But like everything, it closes up tired in the drum at night. And here's a Starbucks. Beaches is the only neighborhood in Toronto that does not lose place is new, this Irish pub. Yeah, this is Queen. This is Queen East and I'm going west. Oh, thank you, coming from Liam's Live, Little XO. Here's Stone, oh. Here's the Stone Lion, popular pub. And here's the Beaches Brewing Company. And they are dead. I think they're kind of looking at the window, so hoping anybody comes in does not come in so they can go home. So far, Gimbel's working fine. Here's the multi-dollar store. There's nothing for $1 in that store. Nothing at all. One of the few remaining book stores in Toronto. So yes, you can crown me. You can crown me king of the beaches, Matt. You're coming when? Oh, thank you very much, Liam. All right, Liam, thank you very much. We are coming up on another pizza place. I forget the name of the school. My niece went here when she was a little mini. Oak Eats, I don't know what that means. I do know there used to be a Starbucks. Before the pandemic, it moved. We've got a fire station coming up. Woodbine Station, not Woodbine Station, but Woodbine is coming up. The moon. It's a place called Friends Burgers, one of those businesses that tried to open up right when the pandemic was happening, had some success, and died a quick death about 3 months ago. See the palm tree? That's a popular, it's called Beach Hill. The pub. Food's really good. Here is the fire hall, fire station. Beautiful old building. Burger place in the beaches. Well, there's Burger Priest. Burger Priest is pretty good. And there's a look east. Approaching Woodbine. Now, I watched Henry go live earlier today. Talking about how his fingers were freezing. Yeah, and that's an issue. Are fingers freezing? Could be better. It's a local pot place. Not sure what that we're trying to do here. Went from having these windows completely covered, some kind of privacy, to opening right up. Can't tell if they're selling joints or clothes. station, and that will swing right down to the beach and loop right back up. Some people in the shot, I apologize. Here's Bruno's. Bruno's is a great store, but don't buy a loaf of bread there, or you buy your meat there. Don't buy canned tomatoes there. Cheerful and being open when nobody else is. Here's one of my favorite restaurants. It's called Sauvignon. It is a French bistro. It is delicious. Here's something I'm going to do. I'm crossing the street. And when I'm crossing the street, I'm going to look both ways with the camera. The reason I'm doing that is because when I see people do this in their live streams, they never look both ways with the camera, which makes me think that they're not looking when they're crossing, which of course they are. It's just, I think you should kind of share what you're looking at. Carrera Sauvignon, great patio in the summer. It's been here like 25 years. Rainsford. Auto show in February. A vacuum store. Some weird guy in the window. Up with another Starbucks, the one close to me. And like most things in this neighborhood, here's looking east. This is Brookmount. And this is south. And if we went there about 500 meters, we would hit the beach. I'm not going down there. It's just too dark to see anything. Another 501 streetcar. These will go by about every 10 minutes. It's going in the other direction. It will go, kind of meander west on Queen Street until they hit that Ontario line, the latest subway to nowhere they're building. Who's have a mukbang. It's a nice looking church here. This is where my sister got married. Bagel place in the beaches? There's a croissant place. I can't think of a bagel place. There is Cobb's Bakery. They have bagels. I love Cobb's Bakery. I think they do a great job, despite being a chain. Henry was saying on the live we did about a week ago here, there's another pet store. There's lots in the beaches. Lots of cats, lots of dogs. This green sign is a Mennonite church. I know this because I am an election official during municipal elections, and this is one of the places where I go where I'm a ballot officer. So when you go to vote, you have your ID, and I have a list of names and addresses. Check that ID and give you your ballot. It's a long game, it's kind of fun. Because it's the beaches, people bring their dogs, and you get to introduce yourself to a lot of others. Now we are approaching Kingston Road, which is the street that I actually live on. Of me right now used to be Woodbine Racetrack. They ripped it down and they built all this stuff. And part of the deal was they built a lot of parkland. The thing I like about living on the beach is I can ride my bike for an hour and not see a condo that's more than 6 stories tall. And here we have a loop. Strange to see a 505 Dundas streetcar here because of all the construction. A lot of streetcars have been using this particular loop to turn around. It annoys the hell out of people who live here because it gets pretty squeaky. There's been a couple newspaper articles about constant squeaking of streetcars turning incessantly. So I've been trying to grease the tracks lately to lose the sound. Swiss Chalet. Jeez. Now I'm hungry. The Swiss Chalet is still open. But it is quite a ways east. If you saw Henry drinking his Swiss Chalet sauce, which I think is monster. We have country style, one of the few left in Toronto. If I said it was a little sketchy, I wouldn't be lying. Here. Again, that's Woodbine Park. See a plane flying above on the way to Billy Bishop Airport. We are now Kingston Road in Queen. I'm going to end this very soon as I'm very close to home. We're wandering up Kingston Road. This is the 24-hour convenience store that closes around 11:30 at night. Again, It's a victim of the pandemic. It just killed nightlife in Toronto. You go to Greektown. I had a boss who was Greek, and he said, you know, we Greeks, we don't even figure out where we're going to eat until 10 at night. Now, you'd be lucky to find a place open past 10 on the Danforth, and that's just weird. So here's a 503 Kingston Road. It goes to Spadina. From here, it goes west on Queen, turns left on Broadway, Broadview, and goes along Queen to Spadina. There's some great old brownstones, 4 stories tall, and quite affordable. My building is just a little bit up this way, and I pay $1,300 for a very nice large 1-bedroom in the Beaches. So don't believe everything you read when they tell you the average price of the 1-bedroom is $2,500. It's not. They're talking about, they're including figures from brand new condos that are very expensive. Here's the other part of the loop. Yeah, not a lot of places open late. Franz downtown. Franz has been around for 100 years. Well, they overexpanded and lost a few locations. The one in College is pretty cool. It's still 24 hours. Here's a new business in my neighborhood. It's the Wine Expert. I'm guessing you buy grapes, or you buy grape juice, and you pick a varietal, and you pay money. You put it in this giant jar, and then you collect all the wine bottles that you went through at home, and buy corks, and use those bottles, and you can make some wine. And I've had some decent wine from places like that. Yeah, Lakeview just went back to 24 hours. I worked at the Lakeview. A friend of mine owns the Lakeview. I worked there for about a month. I was in between jobs. And they closed down, they did a reno, changed the menu, stopped doing 24 hours, and there was a backlash. People were like, we don't like it, this is bad. And so I believe they've brought back a lot of their original menu items, and they're going back to 24 hours. This is a real strain on the staff. It just really is. I remember working there, and we had a bouncer that would show up around midnight, and we had a bouncer at a 24-hour diner because all the drunkies would come and show up. Rawr, I want poutine. So you really need to have coverage on that door. Somebody who can control the crowd. So the houses here are pretty cool. This is what they call the Beaches Triangle, the Woodbine Triangle. It's technically the Beaches. If I was going west beyond Coxwell, I'd be officially in the city of Toronto. I'm going to stop very soon. I'm going to show you something good and bad in the neighborhood, and it's probably the most well-decorated Christmas house in the neighborhood. It's just around the corner here. The problem is, the guy leaves his lights up for months. So see this right here. This guy has got Santa that talks to you and waves to you. I mean, it's just actually quite fascinating what they've done. It takes them a long time to put this up. And they have a similar thing for Halloween. Problem is, it's like this 24 hours. He'll have this right into March. And this guy right beside wanted to sell his house and couldn't because he lives to the guy who never turns his fucking lights off. And when you learn that, you don't want to buy that house. All right, people. I'm going to do a little video next week showcasing what you can get for $1,300 in the beaches in a large one-bedroom apartment. I'll make a cool little video. It won't be as cool as Ken's. He's got musical talent. And a cool little video. If you haven't seen it, look at Ken Continuum's little apartment showing. It's pretty cool. You know, I'm going to do something similar. And right now, I'm going to let you go. Say thank you for joining this live stream, and I will do another one soon. Good night.